Axis. And this right here is an absolutely beautiful loin of Axis deer, but you would not believe where we got this from. Took a quick 15-hour flight to Hawaii to harvest invasive Axis deer, and I mean, we went deep in the process. From midnight stealthy harvesting raids, to actually breaking down the animals, to eventually butchering and donating hundreds of pounds of meat to the local community, we were finally lucky enough to bring some of that beautiful Axis deer back to our kitchen to cook. And what we have is basically an Axis deer tomahawk ribeye rack with that distinctive, dark, incredibly colored meat. And just seasoning with a little juicy and rosy pink medium rare. The amount of work that went into catching, processing, and finally cooking this Axis deer is just out of control, but it's all worth it for this final product. Finish with just a little bit of flaky salt over the top and paired with a little bit of this wild, fresh lingonberry glaze. Such a beautiful, rustic looking meal. I am very excited to taste this Axis deer. Quite easily, the hardest we've worked for a piece of meat in this kitchen. Sophia, that was intense.
That was crazy.
And one thing I realized is we never heard what an Axis deer actually sounds like. They're extremely quiet. So I'm gonna take a guess here and say an Axis deer sounds like...
Dude, that's a sheep.
No. Dude, you are not getting a free all expenses paid trip to Miami Beach.
I already knew that.
All right, Sophia, this is your time to shine. There might be potential there. All right, either way, we have some stunning Axis deer tomahawk ribeyes with a lingonberry sauce. Perhaps the cleanest wild game I've ever had in my entire life. Typically when you have venison, elk, moose, it has that slight kind of gamey undertone. Not the case at all with this.
Incredible. And then with that sauce, it's almost like a cranberry tangy sauce on there. It feels like you're eating just a rustic filling meal.
I usually don't like venison that